Refuse to Lose. My name is Joe Jordan. I'm your host today. Today we're going to talk about the LA Lakers. And man, they are 17 and 19, y'all. Lost again. Lost again. Last night, LeBron had another great game. Another great game. Like, this is a scary part. LeBron is dropping 30 points a game, and they're still losing. LeBron had 37, 13, and 7. He was 13 for 25 from the field, which is over 50%. He was 8 from 14 from 3. He tied his career highs in three-point makes with 8. Shot over 50% in three-point range. Russell Westbrook was 7 from 16, a little bit under 50%. He was 2 from 4 from 3, 50%. Then he had a triple-double, 16 points, 12 assists, 10 rebounds. And they still lost. So that's bad. That's bad. That just tells you how bad the defense is. Ja Morant, 41 points, 10 rebounds. 10 rebounds. Ja Morant with 10 rebounds. All right. 13 for 27, about 50% from the field. And he had his career highs in three-point made, 6. Now, look, before we continue with the Lakers, let me address my Kings fans, all right? Because a lot of them are delusional like I used to be. I used to always say D. Fox is better than Ja Morant. Kings fans that's listening to this, Ja Morant have winning intangibles. De'Aaron Fox doesn't. That's why I like Ja Morant now. I watch Ja Morant. I'm looking at him, I'm like, wow. He has a positive, he brings, you just can't play good. You have to bring an energy to your team that everybody feeds off of. Fox doesn't have that. When people are around De'Aaron Fox, they don't feel empowered. When people are around Ja Morant, they feel empowered. All right, so back to the Lakers. What's going on, y'all? If the Lakers do not make a trade by the trade deadline, they're done. They're either play-in bound and won't make the playoffs, or they will make the playoffs and get bounced in the first round ugly. Like probably 4-1. If they don't make a trade, they're done. But every LeBron team I remember that's been since he left Cleveland the first time, every LeBron team that I remember, when they had troubles leading up to the trade deadline, they made trades. They made some type of moves. Every LeBron team I could think of. So I do expect them to make a move before the trade deadline, because they're done. They don't have a good roster for LeBron James. They don't have enough shooters and they need 3-and-D guys. They need 3-and-D guys, and they need guys they need big men that can play defense and get rebounds. So I look at this roster they got now. I mean, they got Dwight Howard, which I think is good, but Dwight Howard should not be starting. They need somebody else to play in front of Dwight, so when Dwight comes in, he puts a spark defensively on the team. But him starting, who's your spark now off the bench? Nobody. Avery Bradley, great defender, could shoot the three, but he's old. Listen, another thing. Chris Broussard, I heard him say on FS1. He said that the Lakers are number 1 in pace. I've been like saying it to my soul, never said it to you guys. They're number 1 in pace. They are the fastest team in the NBA, but yet they're the oldest team in the NBA. I don't get it. That makes no sense. Y'all notice whenever they play these young, sorry teams, it's a close game because they're young players that like to run. And then Lakers always give up leads. They give up the most 10-point leads in the NBA because in the second half, they're tired. They're losing their legs. They need to make some trades. Look at this, man. Listen, shout out to Blaze. Blaze is a huge Westbrook fan, so he's rooting for the Lakers. All right. And he actually watches every game, and he knows what he's talking about. So I commend him on that. Remember one time, it was when Lakers went OT against Dallas. They went OT against Dallas and they beat Dallas by 3. And we got this little text group. I texted him and said, so he was like, it's a 3-game winning streak. And I'm like, okay, you play OKC, Orlando, and a Luka-less Mavericks. And he was like, a win is a win. Following that statement, they lost to the Timberwolves by 18. The Bulls by 5, which they led going into that fourth quarter, and DeMar DeRozan just ate them up. The Suns by 18. The Suns just own the Lakers this year. The Spurs, that was the ugliest win of the year for y'all, probably, if you're a Lakers fan, by 28. They lost to Brooklyn, which they was down by a lot, and they just made a surge at the end of the game. They barely beat Houston, and they lost to the Grizzlies last night. So they lost 6 out of the last 7 games, y'all, and they're 17-19. That is terrible, y'all. That is terrible. So the Lakers have to make a move by the trade deadline, or their season is basically over. LeBron is frustrated. He's doing this thing. Here's the thing, y'all. Here's the thing. LeBron was LeBron. His game was like he impacted other players, right? So LeBron, he controlled the game more then than he does now. Now, I mean, look, you look at the numbers, he's doing great, but he's not controlling the game like he used to. He was very ball dominant, which is good. You went the ball in LeBron James' hands, and he dictated that offense every single time down the floor, right? He'll use that pick and roll. He'll go to the basket. If he's double, he'll kick it out, wide open shooter. Every single time. That was LeBron's bread and butter. But now LeBron become more of a jump shooter. So a lot of his points are not him driving to the basket. It's threes, as you can see. And he's shooting fadeaways now. He's doing stuff like that. But he's not impacting the game like he used to. All right. So this is a different LeBron, but they need to put more shooters around LeBron. He needs elite shooters and great defenders around him, you know. So, and at this day and age, he needs AD. He needs AD to play better. Now we know AD is hurt; he'll be out, and he needs AD to play better. Like him and Westbrook is not going to be a good match because Westbrook can't shoot, and Westbrook needs the ball in his hands. Westbrook is not a good off the ball basketball player. So, and LeBron, he's not better off the ball. The Lakers, the best year he had with the Lakers when he played point guard. That was the best year they had. So they need to go back to that. Really, they want to win a championship, and then go back to LeBron running the point. They need to get rid of Westbrook, get some shooters around him, get some 3-and-D guys, you know, and then AD got to play better. But I think AD will play better if they do that, you know. So, but if I was the Lakers, AD get healthy. Make a trade and let LeBron run the show. Listen, I know you're in year 19, LeBron, but this is what you asked for. All right. So you have to run the show a little bit longer by yourself. Let AD get healthy. So when the playoff time comes, no matter what seed you are, if you're LeBron James, you're Anthony Davis, you got the right pieces around you, y'all can still make it to the finals no matter who y'all play. All right. So, but they have to make a trade and they got to remove Westbrook. I'm sorry. Unless Westbrook is willing to come on the bench, which is not going to happen, but they got to remove Westbrook. They have to. It's not going to work. So that's what I have for you. That's all I have for you guys today as far as NBA, and I'll see y'all next episode. Thank you for staying to the end. We really appreciate that. If you are listening to this on you or watching this on YouTube, we would like for you to like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and hit the notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening to this on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, etc., we would like for you to follow us on those platforms. Also, hit the notification button so you can be notified when we're out. And last but not least, no matter what platform you're listening to or you're watching it on, share it with someone you know, and they could be part of the movement also. So thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.